gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant and best-loved champions, he drove the iconic Ferrari 500 and defended his title the year after. It was Juan Manuel Fangio in his Ferrari 250 who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s, and the cars back then were beautiful, and they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alain Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren. Ferrari are truly Formula One's top team. Forza Ferrari.
Good morning. You're listening to Early Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne. I feel like I've not been here for time, fam. We're building up to talkSPORT Breakfast back at 6 with Alan Brazil and his new best friend forever, Gabby Agbon Lahore. But on the way over the next hour with all the details, here's your Nick.
Morning. We'll start with England's supreme World Cup qualifying record and all those subs. We'll hear from Eddie Hearn on AJ versus Jake Paul and his beef with Chris Eubanks Sr. And we're asking, should Bellingham start for England now? As always, get involved on the usual number. Call us 03717 223344 or on the text 81089.
Yup, this is Early Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Storm Claudia. So, is it a boy or girl, Storm?
As in, do we refer to them as he's or she's? Because they have male and female.
She's bringing.
Yeah, because it's a female name, isn't it?
But what if she identifies?
That's a good question. It might be
gender neutral.
Might be non-binary.
Yeah.
They are bringing wind and rain.
Have a look at yourself, Nick.
Because sometimes they have boys' names, sometimes they have girls' names.
But I'm thinking if it's Claudia, it's a boy.
What?
Is Claudia as a boy?
No, it's just a sort of a weird foreign pronunciation of Claudia, isn't it? It's Claudia.
Claudia's got to be a boy, though.
I've got a feeling. Is there some sort of Italian, is it Italian people have named this storm?
Is that why? Vibes, yeah.
We've had some weird ones. Arwen,
yeah.
Storm Babbitt. Do you remember that?
I bet.
That was from a Dutch woman who left her name in the sort of ring of in the hat of storm names.
What was it called again? Babbitt.
Babbitt, yeah, Storm Babbitt.
That's Andy Goldstein's daughter's name.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Babbitt.
He has a Babbitt.
Yeah, that was like a couple of years ago. I remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be wet today.
Well, that's all we've got time for in today's show.
It was wet last night at Wembley.
Oh, absolutely bucketing down.
Yeah.
Raining cats and dogs. I kind of like it, though, this time of year, watching the football. It's pouring outside. Get yourself all cosy in the couch.
I like a storm when I'm inside and wrapped up, yeah.
And then I think there's rumours. I was watching Good Morning Britain yesterday. Meteorologist, proper science person, Laura Tobin, saying that snow might be due next week.
I saw that. Yeah. My wife sent me a text basically with just like the icicle circled, and she shocked
Has
face.
she seen snow?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
How long has she
She's
been
quite
in-
well travelled. She's from the tropics, but so that's why you've asked this. She is. Yeah, she's from Rio, but yeah, she has. You know, she's seen snow in her lifetime. Not in Brazil though.
Yeah, exactly.
It does snow there in the south.
Does it?
Yeah.
There you go. Do you know what? We're hoping to go to for Brazil 2027 for the Women's World Cup. So I'll be heading up.
I should come with you. Translate.
Tatiana for all of the...
I can show you around.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you. And we'll stay at your wife's place. Be cheaper. Thanks very much.
Nice one.
Nick back very soon with a look at today's back page. Just having a quick flick through. Jude Bellingham makes the back page of the Times this morning. Bellingham makes his point is the headline here. Returning hero's classy cameo only adds to headache for Tuchel, and fellow substitute Foden wasn't bad either. Oh, the good old headache that Thomas Tuchel has. But Jude looked just at world class when he came on last night. He got about 30 minutes in total. He looked excellent, didn't he? Back page of the Sun. They're going for Shebahn volley, Saka stunner as sub Bellingham shines. Another goal for Bukayo Saka, and he liked the look of it as well. The Telegraph pull out, they're going for England look $1 million, attacking riches, fire American dream. Elsewhere, the Express going for Shebahn volley. The Guardian Sport going for Eze does it, sublime late goal adds gloss to routine victory. And back page of the Daily Mail this morning, perfect 7, England maintain 100% record. So far it'll mean nothing until you get to the World Cup. It's obviously happening for England, but I don't know, I think watching them last night, they look like the complete side with lots of options to play with as well. That's hard for me to say. They continue their 100% record in World Cup qualifying. Here's how the 2-0 win over Serbia sounded for you live here on talkSPORT.
World Cup next summer, England will be there, talkSPORT will be there, but some of these players might not be.
We won, we kept a clean sheet.
Staying deflection, oh what a goal from Saka, that's a magnificent volley.
Yeah, another beautiful goal in the same end at Wembley, so yeah, I'm really happy with that strike.
14th goal for his country.
In general, good impact from the bench. Phil assisted, Ebb scored, beautiful goal, so tick the box.
Eze on the left, Saka on the right, Foden at 9 with Bellingham just off him.
It's the opportunity for 1 or 2 to impress.
Phil Foden. Here's Eze! That seals it. What are you expecting to be the general feeling of England supporters?
I couldn't think of a more perfect player to bring on in that position after 60 minutes, 70 minutes, who can play in different positions. I'm not saying start Eze, I'm saying but as a must on that play. I thought it was a decent performance. To be honest, I don't think it reached the heights that maybe we hit in Latvia and also Serbia away. We didn't make it look as easy tonight.
Another win, another clean sheet. Qualifying's easy, but Tuchel's job is to win the World Cup.
That's how it sounded live for you here on talkSPORT. Bukayo Saka opened the scoring with a gorgeous volley before Tuchel rang the changes. Neberica Eze eventually put the game to bed with a super first-time finish into the top corner. A Foden assist as well. So Tuchel brought on Foden, Bellingham, Henderson and Eze at 65 minutes. He was very pleased with the energy that they brought to the game.
I think they were straight away there, first of all. They had straight away an impact. We needed more energy. The game was a little bit like stuck. And we paid a bit the tribute for the high intensity against the ball. So we had 4 new players straight away because I didn't want to have any other a second and a third interruption of the match. So we decided for 4 changes, new quality. They straight away had an impact. Especially offensively, they had the impact. The match got a little bit stretched suddenly. Our field got a bit stretched. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not so sure why this was the case. And we had to overcome some difficult moments, but in general, good impact from the bench. Phil assisted, Ebb scored, beautiful goal, so tick the box.
Great performance, I think, for England last night. It looked all England, that's for sure. A couple of big questions, though. Who deserves to start in the number 10 against Albania on Sunday? Bellingham, full of class and energy when he came on. He got about 30 minutes, including stoppage time. Morgan Rogers did have a decent game as well. But did he do enough to keep hold of his starting place? 81089 0371722 3344 is the number. If you want to have your say on that this morning, England fans. Also, can Nico O'Reilly hold on to the England left back place as well? I mean, he played the full 90 minutes a debut, looked brilliant. Just over a year ago was playing for Manchester City's under-21s. I mean, what a promising young talent. He looks complete when you watch his performance last night. But a young lad all the same. Here's former England left-back Stuart Pearce on the competition for a World Cup place between O'Reilly and Miles Lewis-Skelly.
The fact that O'Reilly has come from nowhere a year ago, if you like, to starting as England's left-back this evening, tells you that there might be other players that develop between now and the summer. But he's done very, very little wrong for his club, and certainly tonight for England, that was a solid first cap.
And we had a mention of Miles Lewis-Skelly beforehand, not even in this squad, and having seen that Nico O'Reilly performance, Lewis-Skelly alarm bells will be ringing. He would have to say to himself, it looks like I'm not going to be going to the World Cup.
Well, from a player who burst on the scene last season for both club and country, everyone was saying, well, there's the next England left-back for the next 10 years. And all of a sudden, he's not in the squad at the moment. That just tells you've got to keep your standards really high. You've got to keep progressing. And more importantly, and this is aimed at us up here in the bleachers, that let's not put too much pressure on these youngsters as well. Let's just enjoy when they are on the pitch, but support them when they drop away from it slightly. And I have noticed that he's not in the under-21s either.
Very well said from Stuart Pearce there. You wonder what's happened with Miles Lewis-Skelly, because about 6-8 months ago, he, like Stuart said, he looked like the future for the next 10 years for England. So what's going on there for him? Obviously not getting a lot of time for Arsenal because Calafiori's keeping him on the bench, that's for sure. You can let us know your thoughts on this morning. If you'd like to recap the game with us, pick up the phone. The phone lines are open. What time's it? 5:10 on a Friday morning. Let's have a little chinwag about England. 03717 223344. Also, is it have to be Jude Bellingham that starts for England moving forward? I mean, when he came on last night, he's turning defenders inside out. He looked so good. Don't get me wrong. O'Reilly was absolutely brilliant. But you can let us know your thoughts on that this morning. Keep your calls coming in. Meanwhile, on the sports bar, here's Jamie O'Hara on Harry Kane.
I love it, but do we need it? I want to see Harry Kane affect the game in the final third. And I'm not saying not drop off and get into little false areas like a false nine gets into pockets and we have runners off him. I don't want to see him the other side of the halfway line picking the ball up deeper than Declan Rice. I don't want to see that. I mean, there's one point, Jason, in the second half, and it's great. He's on the edge of the box. He makes a sliding tackle. It's a great tackle. But for me, I look at it and say, okay, it's a great tackle from Harry Kane on the edge of the box. But why is Harry Kane on the edge of the box? Something's gone wrong positionally if Harry Kane is diving in on the edge of the box to make a tackle. Do
you agree with Jamie on that? Has he got a fair point, or is that just how Kane plays? There was a good caller on the sports bar last night who identified the fact that Vincent Kompany has done well to let Harry Kane play that way and allow him to develop even more so at Bayern Munich playing that role. Do you agree with Jamie though? Should he not be dropping that deep? Definitely a place up for grabs in terms of a striker going to the World Cup, isn't there? Will there be Watkins? It feels like it should be Ollie Watkins, especially what we've seen from him over the last couple of years. Solanke, Tony. Apparently there's reports that Tony will be coming back to the Premier League in January. We'll wait and see about that. Danny Welbeck. Oh, I still can't believe he didn't make this squad. It would have been a good feel-good football story had Danny Welbeck made the England squad. Who deserves a shot based on their current form? And it would be Welbeck, wouldn't it? You can let us know your thoughts on that this morning. 81089 03717 223344. And can we just talk about a sensational result for the Republic of Ireland last night? They've kept their hopes of World Cup qualification alive. A stunning 2-0 win over Portugal. Troy Parrott with a brace in Dublin last night. And Cristiano Ronaldo, he was sent off in the second half. That's his first sending off for Portugal in his career. And if it turns out that he's done here for violent conduct, he could miss the opening game of the World Cup. If they qualify, that's absolutely incredible. Huge result for the Republic of Ireland last night. They're third in the group, but would secure a playoff spot if they beat Hungary on Sunday. Good luck to them. Troy Parrott, by the way, 14 games, 13 goals and 2 assists for Azad Alkmaar so far this season. You like it? I don't know if you saw him, Ronaldo. There's clips going around of him this morning coming off the pitch and then like doing the crybaby face. Good to see, though. Good to see all the same from Ronaldo. I can't believe he's had his first sending off against the Irish. The luck of the Irish, they might say. You can let us know your thoughts on the football last night. Internationals. How are you feeling about England? Looking ahead now to the World Cup. It's just around the corner. Does Bellingham need to start? That's what I want to ask you this morning. 81089 0371 722 3344. Get us on speed dial. Coming up next, we'll hear from a couple of England legends ahead of the Ashes. Morning. Good morning, how's it going? Welcome along to Friday. Early breakfast here on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn, Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor with you at 6 o'clock this morning on talkSPORT Breakfast. Today we're talking about whether Bellingham needs to start for England. You can keep your calls coming in on that. Nick is on the phones, 0371 722 3344. Some of your other headlines today. France have joined England in sealing their place at the World Cup next summer. A 4-0 victory over Ukraine. Haaland scored twice for Norway with their 4-1 win against Estonia, all but guaranteeing their spot in the finals. Norway just need to not lose 9-0 or more to Italy on Sunday to qualify. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. By the way, Haaland, I think that's 30 goals he's got so far this season. Woo! Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn says a fight against YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul could be confirmed next week. A date in December has been discussed. We're going to hear more from Eddie Hearn later on in the show on that. And the FA hope to talk to Thomas Tuchel after next summer's World Cup to discuss the possibility of a new contract. FA Chief Exec Mark Bullingham says he'd love to head to Euro 2028 in the UK and Ireland as world champions.
Of course, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? We'll be doing everything we can to do as well as we can next summer. Again, there are a number of really strong teams going to that tournament and some extra factors such as heat, but we'll be doing everything we can to go as far as we can.
Mark Bullingham there, the FA Chief Executive. I mean, he's got to win it first, right? You're not going to keep him on if you don't win it, that's for sure. Even Thomas Tuchel knows that. For more on all the stories, jump onto our website, talksport.com. Just a reminder, if you're up and about this morning and you've got a smart TV, you can watch all the action from the studio this morning. Stick on your smart TV. We're on Prime Video as well. When did that happen? When did we get on Prime? It's a big deal, isn't it? Apparently it was when we recently switched. Should have been across that email. And you can watch us on the YouTube channel as well. Hit subscribe while you can. 03717 223344. You can give us a call this morning. Good morning to Gary, the Arsenal fan. Gary, how are you today?
Good morning, Shebahn. How you doing? You okay?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good. Just driving into London, enjoying this beautiful British weather in November.
Old storm Claudia, Gary, getting you into work this morning.
Claudia or Claudia, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, what are you going to go for? Because I'm going Claudia. If we're calling it a woman, it's Claudia, right?
I've got a love affiliation with Italy, so I think I'll go Claudia.
Oh, fair enough. Go for Claudia then. What's your thoughts on the performance last night? I'm thinking Jude Bellingham has to start, but then I'm not English, so what do I have in this game?
Yeah, really good actually, really good. I mean, I thought we were the intensity when we lost the ball was a little bit low. I was watching the game with my 11-year-old boy, who's massively into his football, and just one of the things we noticed was, when we kind of tend to lose the ball, it was the intent. I don't think the intensity was there, which we will need to have against the bigger teams, should we say, with no disrespect to Serbia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jude Bellingham. My point with Jude Bellingham, I just said to Nick when I called, was that less than 18 months ago, this is the guy that everyone expected to win the Ballon d'Or, and in those 18 months, he's changed his position slightly with Real Madrid from his first season. You know, they were playing him a little bit deeper, asking him a little bit different of him due to the introduction of Mbappe. And then he's had the injury of his shoulder, so he's been out. So I don't even think it's a question mark. You know, he's one of the best players in the world right now. And, you know, as I say, we were only talking about him winning the Ballon d'Or after his amazing first season at Real Madrid that he had. So I just think, I mean, as great as Rodgers has done, and some of the players that have come in, I think it's not even a question mark really. He's such a good player, and he does contribute. You see that, you know. I think Thomas Tuchel mentioned it in his interview about the intensity that the subs brought. He just wants to play forward all the time, which is so refreshing to see.
Yeah, and he's got so much bottle around him as well, hasn't he? All right, Gary, thanks so much for the call this morning. Enjoy the storm. Be safe.
And you guys, take care.
Take care. Gary, the Arsenal fan there. I don't know if, by the way, you heard the Sports Bar last night. Did you hear that caller? He was an American man. He called up and said that Arsenal won the game last night for England, which did make me laugh, because he was having a go at Jamie O'Hara, was less Spurs fan. By the way, it's less than a week to go until the first Ashes test in Perth. There are fears that England's injury-plagued first fast bowler Mark Wood won't be fit for that one after pulling up with a stiff hamstring in a warm-up game. talkSPORT's Darren Goff doesn't expect England's quickest bowler will play more than 2 out of the 5 tests.
Well, he is important, but we all know he's not played since February. And again, one warm-up game, is that enough for him? Straight away, going into a warm-up game, pulled his hamstring, could have pulled his hamstring. Let's hope not, because I've said this before, if he can play in 2 of the test matches, I'll be happy. We all know he's just got that physique. He's in his 30s now. He's not playing much. And when you're not playing, I'm not saying playing every day, but when you're not playing on a regular basis, it becomes harder and harder as a fast bowler. And 2 test matches will be perfect. We need to get him to play at Perth. That's the pitch that really has got some serious pace.
Yeah.
And it won't be a 5-day test, so it's ideal for him to play. But he's got to be fit, and he hasn't played in a game since, last February?
Darren Gough there. Will Mark Wood play more than 2 test matches? We'll keep tabs on that. By the way, lots of build-up on our talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel for all of our exclusive content there. Nick is here for a look at today's back page. It's all very England heavy, isn't it, Nick?
Absolutely, yeah. Perfect 7. England maintain 100% record. That's on the back of the Daily Mail. Ezza does it. Everyone loves the old Ezza easy pun, but for me, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Because it's not how you say it. I thought this was quite interesting, right? Because Mark Bullingham has talked about how we improve qualification for the major tournaments. First thing first, right? 3 international breaks in September, October and November.
Yet nobody likes that, Mark.
It's not right, is it?
Actually, I'd say about 90% of people go, rather that not be the case. Two is fine.
Just as the Premier League's getting going, new signings getting up to speed, narratives developing, and then stop again.
Saying that, Nick, though, on behalf of the Scots, on behalf, say, Republic of Ireland and Wales and their situation, it's so different to England. You know, the fact that it's very much so excitement. If Scotland get a point away in Greece on Saturday, we're buzzing. It's been an unbelievable international break, and we've needed these camps to work the way they have in order to get to the World Cup next summer, if, fingers crossed, that happens. So for us, it is exciting.
100%. And I'm with you, right? You're preaching to the converted. I like international breaks. But the problem is, like, this weekend should be one of the best weekends in football because you've got countries all over the place qualifying for the major tournament. Obviously, too many teams, probably, you could say now, with this expanded World Cup, where it cheapens that achievement a little bit. But I want to ask people out there if they have any better ideas of how we can do this. Either where we try and bunch all of the games together, or we just completely overhaul qualification for the World Cup and say, let's make it international, for example. And then England would be in maybe a 4-team group with, I don't know, an African team, an Asian team, a South American team. So then fewer games, but there's a lot more on them.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit more jeopardy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should, because really this should be an exciting weekend, but it's been what we all doing.
Job done a while ago. It feels like for England, doesn't it?
Exactly. But England need testing. Well, no, I want all the home nations to get there, and because of, I know Republic of Ireland is not a home nation, right? I'm including them in the British Isles. It's still on after that incredible result, right?
And for that to be, it was a huge night for them last night.
And I know Scotland always want England to lose. I want Scotland to win. I want the Scots to be there at the World Cup and the Irish for the banter.
Oh, think of the fun we'll have.
On the subject of banter, Anthony Joshua is weighing in an astonishing proposal in the region of £70 million for fighting the YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Apparently, there's some sort of prize pot of 140 million quid that might be split down the middle if the fight goes ahead. But the problem is Anthony Joshua's got an exclusive contract with DAZN, and all this with Jake Paul is on Netflix. But I'm sure the money can...
I'm sure they'll find a way.
You up to this? Up for this fight?
But honestly, because I don't have a life, I'll probably watch it.
I would watch it. It's silly. It's a circus. I would watch it.
The only thing is I'm curious about Jake Paul because I don't find him the worst fighter in the world. And I do look and go, Anthony Joshua should go in and absolutely flatten him. But I've also got my reservations there as well.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about the whole thing.
For a YouTuber, he's very good.
This is it.
But he only fights like non-boxers and past it fighters, right?
So here's the opportunity to silence the YouTube boxers, right?
Well, that's it. And Derek Chisora was saying that yesterday. Also, Eddie Hearn was saying that on talkSPORT. Look, this is a chance to go and just shut this guy up and knock him out. There are safety concerns for Jake Paul. Just very, very finally, Roma in for Joshua Zirkzee, apparently. Ooh. This is on the back of the Mirror Sport. Italian giants have sounded out Man United and Zirkzee's representatives about a January loan switch. Interesting, like Serie A has just become a place for Premier League cast-offs.
Absolutely. I mean...
That's why they want a Super League.
This is it. All right, we'll keep tabs on that. Nick, thank you very much. He's back with us soon. Coming up next, we're going to have some of the front page nonsense, and we're going to hear from Eddie Hearn on that potential Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight and why he has a serious problem with Chris Eubanks Sr. All on the way on Early Breakfast on talkSPORT.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules behind it? Back when association football started, pitches could be 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge just to adjust. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one, 2 metres wider than others. But the smallest of all? Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 metres wide. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too, such as Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, where the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long, between 45 and 90 metres wide. Just imagine a pitch that's 120 metres long and 45 wide. Madness. So there you have it. There is a standard size and most teams do generally follow it. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Good morning, welcome to Early Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne with you here. You've got Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor with you this Friday on talkSPORT Breakfast. They're back at 6 o'clock this morning. We want to know if Jude Bellingham must start in the 10 for England, or should Morgan Rogers keep his place after the performance last night. England's 2-0 win over the Serbs. You can let us know your thoughts. 03717 223344. Some of your other headlines this Friday morning: former Spurs owner Joe Lewis has received a pardon from Donald Trump. Lewis pleaded guilty to insider trading but avoided prison in agreement with the US prosecutors. He already had transferred his majority ownership of Spurs to his family before he was charged in 2022. In other news, Carlos Alcaraz has his spot as world number 1 for the end of the year as he eased to a straight sets win over Lorenzo Musetti, and victory maintained his perfect start to the ATP tennis finals. And rugby union, England will be using their poor record against New Zealand as motivation when they face the All Blacks tomorrow. Looking forward to this. Their last home victory against their rugby union rivals came 13 years ago. That's crazy. talkSPORT's Alfie Reynolds is in the England camp and asked the captain Maro Itoje about the opportunity England have this weekend.
Been a while, probably a bit too long, but you know, we've had some great games in between. There's been some games where we could have. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So yeah, we're just going to look to put our best foot forward and see what we can do this weekend.
Well, that's the England captain Maro Itoje speaking to me at their training base in Surrey. George Ford will start for England at fly half, and as he's told me, there is a real excitement amongst the squad ahead of this game.
Yeah, it's the games you want to be part of, innit? A full Allianz Stadium, playing against the All Blacks. Hopefully we can give them plenty to cheer and get on the feet about, and you know, it's when they get behind us, when the crowd get behind us and give us that extra lift we need at certain times of games. There's nothing better feeling than to do that at Allianz Stadium as an English player.
Yeah, at the Allianz tomorrow, 3:10. It all gets underway. The updates will be here for you on talkSPORT. England versus New Zealand. Looking forward to this. Always up for the haka. Enjoy watching that. We'll see how England get on, certainly in much better form. For more on these stories, jump onto the website, talksport.com. Should Jude Bellingham start at number 10 for England? As he got himself back into that spot. 30 minutes he played yesterday when he came on. It was about 30 minutes, including injury time. And my God, he was world class. Do you agree? 03717 2233. 344. Good morning to Tommy. Tommy, how are you today?
Good morning, Shebahn. I'm not too bad. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, actually. Cooking with gas. Tommy, what do you think about this Jude Bellingham situation? Do you think he has to start? Or is it...
No, I don't. And that's the point. This is what I said to your colleague a minute ago. The way Thomas Tuchel is doing this, from the outside looking in, and obviously you can only guess, is he's got a very clear idea. He would have seen Jude Bellingham playing on the left wing under Gareth Southgate, and let's face it, he was bang average on the left wing. He doesn't thrive there. He has to play in the middle. Now, what we don't see, and yourself as pundits and us as fans, we only see what happens at the weekend. So we can only say that player's bang in form. So, for example, I was flabbergasted that Lewis Skelly isn't in the squad. But what Thomas Tuchel does, from what I can tell, if I was going to guess, is he picks off the training ground and he decides what midfield he wants. So there's no sense of entitlement from any of these players. If you want to put on the England shirt for Thomas Tuchel, you have to earn it on that training ground.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Jude Bellingham hasn't earned it, but what I'm saying is he's got a different idea. So this idea that Jude Bellingham has to start, I disagree with, because whatever Tuchel is doing, he's getting right.
You're dead right about that. Watching the game last night, I was saying the exact same thing. And my husband was like, just because Jude's the best player, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. So it's the way he's working Bellingham in. But when you have a performance like that, 30 minutes last night, he was world class. You can't take that away from him, but does it work? Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily work. And look, England made this mistake before when they tried to squeeze in Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard. It doesn't work. And Tuchel's a very shrewd manager, from what I can tell. And he's got a very clear idea of what he wants.
Yeah. And do you know what? Thinking of Arsenal as well, you're an Arsenal fan, Tommy,
Yeah.
Arteta, is it the finisher's job as well? Is it going to be one of those squad achievements? It's not the starting 11, it's the players that he brings on?
Not the starting 11. And, well, if we're going to talk Arsenal, I would say, personally, I don't think there's a single player that feels that they're entitled to start under Arteta.
Fair.
He's obviously got clear starters, but again, Arteta is very much like, no, it's a squad performance.
Yeah.
It's not the first 11, it's the squad.
Yeah. It was the same as Serena Wiegman for the Lionesses as well. She was very much like the finishers, Chloe Kelly, if there's a way of looking at it like that. Tommy, I like your call there. Good point this morning. Thank you. Have a good day.
And you, Shebahn. Bye now.
Take care of yourself. You can keep those calls coming in if you like. I think Tommy's right. I think when you look at Jude last night, in the time that he got on the pitch, you can't look at him as a non-starter for England. But is it right that he doesn't start and he comes on? All these things to consider. Moving on now quickly, just to the boxing. It's all go, isn't it, over the last 48 hours. Would Jake Paul be the end of Anthony Joshua as a serious heavyweight fighter? His promoter Eddie Hearn came in yesterday to talkSPORT. He told us there have been conversations about AJ taking on the YouTuber with the plan to then go for the world title fight and Tyson Fury next year. That's the one, baby. Jim White asked Eddie if AJ would get more out of a fight with Jake Paul than with Fury.
More out of it? You're talking financially? Well, I think the same kind of levels, to be honest with you. And that's why in this situation, I'd rather just be completely honest and say, what do you want him to do? And forget the legacy chat for a minute, because you can't eat legacy. And I hate the chat as well of, he's got a load of money. Why? You're not talking about, I'll give you an example. And this is going to be as truthful as it gets. We were going to fight in end of November or December in an 8-round fight against a bloke you've never heard of, right? For a decent sort of...
Who was it?
I'm not going through that, but it's a top 100 guy, on BoxRec, right? And he would have made, there was no money involved. Call it $1 million, right? Or we can go out and we can do it against Mr. Paul for 50 times as much money. And by the way, in the process, we can stick one on this geezer I don't particularly like either, and we can do it in front of the whole world, and then we can go forward to the real stuff in 2026, which is really important to us, which is fighting in February and then fighting Tyson Fury or trying to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. I can't be more honest than that.
Yeah, that's honesty right there. Listen, if he's going to get in the ring, AJ, and fight Jake Paul, and it's 70 million, why would you not? You know, because you won't be taken seriously. I think if he absolutely flattens him inside 2 rounds, then we'll still take AJ seriously. For me, it's a win-win if he beats him. We'll wait and see about that. We'll keep tabs on this and any more as it develops here at talkSPORT. Our talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, by the way, on YouTube is brilliant if you want some more of that. Time now for the front page nonsense with Knickers.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move!
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast.
talkSPORT.
Nicholas.
Hey, quick Storm Claudia update.
It is Claudia.
Well, very good morning to DJ K, who texted in to say it's pronounced Claudia in English and Claudia in Spanish.
This is it. It's the Spanish who've named it, apparently.
Sorry, Nick, he says. Like Claudia Winkleman, there's even a host to back it up. Now, he is right, but actually, you Shebahn, what you're saying is right. The Spanish Met Office named this because it's a storm that came over the Canary Islands. So, Storm Claudia.
I'm listening to Emma Smith, the newsreader. I know you're in top news broadcast.
She's the authority.
Emma came in and went, yeah, I'm a trusted opinion on this.
Ricky Gervais is bringing back David Brent for a new documentary on sitcoms.
This is brilliant news.
Yeah, it's a programme with Joe Wilkinson, who's hilarious, obviously, and David Earl, who's in some of Ricky's sitcoms, and he also plays this character called Brian Gittins. Very funny.
Is this a Christmassy thing or?
It's just a documentary on British sitcoms, which is over sort of docu-series revisiting sitcoms from Only Fools and Horses to Ever Decreasing Circles. Have you got a favourite sitcom?
The Office.
Yeah, it's definitely
Office,
up there, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Just every bit of it is magic, and then the way it goes to a love story at the end.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And then you find yourself rooting for him a bit.
Yeah. You know the song at the end when Dawn and
Only You, isn't it?
That was our wedding song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's a lovely song.
Just because of The Office. I mean, when I started going out with Jamie, he sent me the box set. He's like, you have to watch The Office, otherwise we will no longer continue on this journey together.
Well, me and my wife watched it as part of her British cultural education.
Did she get it?
She absolutely loves it. Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
And it's like I mean, when I lived abroad, TV was a big thing for me in learning the culture of that country.
Yeah.
So yeah, we used The Office to try and teach my wife a British sense of humour. She loved
that again.
it.
We should watch The Office again.
Listen, a trend where folks stop washing their hair for 30 days is turning Brits' barnets into a breeding ground for bacteria. So this is young people, obviously. Lovers of the craze reckon it returns your locks to their natural state. I remember this when I was younger. Do you know what? I remember Damon Albarn doing this in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm not washing my hair. And then they say after 30 days it washes itself. Have you ever done this?
I have not. I mean, the max I can go is about 3 days. Otherwise, you could fry your chips in it.
Sounds absolutely disgusting.
It's bogging.
How often do you have a shower?
Every day?
Yeah, because I saw this video the other day, which my wife was showing me, with Irish people and British people saying they have a shower or a bath every 2 days.
You get a bit smelly though.
That's grim.
No, I have done it in the past. I'll absolutely put my hand on my heart, I've done it. I've gone longer than a day without a shower for sure.
It happens.
But see the boys in the office?
Yeah.
I'm going to out you now. I know they've gone, oh no. They've outed themselves. They've gone 3 days without a shower, that lot.
That is wrong. I have 2 a day.
I say, lads, it's no wonder you're single.
Exactly.
Because you smell like a dog's dinner.
I have 2 showers a day.
2 a day. So you shower as soon as you come in the morning? Because that's an early one for a shower. That wake the house up.
I shower first thing in the morning and when I get back, and sometimes I'll have a third.
Ooh.
It's a bit much, isn't it?
Men in their showers.
I like to be clean.
Jamie could stand in that shower for an hour and a half, and then my son's the same.
I used to do that when I was younger. I remember getting through the whole of Pearl Jam's 10, the album, which is about 48 minutes.
The music in the shower?
Just listening to it. So I was in there for nearly an hour.
God, your water bill must be extortionate.
Well, that was when I was living with my parents.
Oh, he was just a wee boy then. Lovely stuff. Oh, the whole hair things make me feel a bit sick.
It's gross.
Do you know what? See, my daughter's hair is just so much hair. There's hair everywhere. It's down her back. It's so thick and all that.
You haven't had the knit situation?
No, thank God. Touch wood. But it happens. It's part of growing up, I guess. But her hair, sometimes I'm like, can I give it another day? Don't have to brush that barn.
Kids don't sweat so much.
I know, but she needs to wash her hair. Coming up next on Early Breakfast, we'll look ahead to Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. The rematch, baby. Good morning. This is Early Breakfast here on talkSPORT.
to North London, Eubank Jr. versus Ben on talkSPORT. Let's get ready to rumble! This is insane! Never seen anything like this! The winner by unanimous decision, Chris Eubank! This is a moment in time that we will never forget. And the final scene absolutely delivered. We'll catch you next time.
Morning, this is Early Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne. You've got Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor with you very, very soon. And it's competition time. This one has just launched, all thanks to our friends at Virgin Atlantic. It's this time of year. Storm Claudia is here. You need to get yourself in the sunshine, my friend. We're giving you and a mate the chance to win the ultimate trip of a lifetime to Vegas. You're going to kick things off in style with exclusive access to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse in Heathrow, then fly in upper class comfort with the live flat beds and premium service all the way to Vegas. That flight's a holiday in itself. Once you touch down, you're going to check into a spa villa for 4 nights, cheer from the stands at the Vegas Raiders taking on Kansas, and we're throwing in $5,000 cash for you to play with while you're there. So clear your calendar the 2nd to the 7th of January 2026, because this could be you. This could be the best start to the new year, no doubt about that. Good luck. Here's how you can get involved.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Good luck to you. That's an absolute cracker. We gave away the competition yesterday, didn't we, on Drive, for the lucky winner who won the trip to the rematch tomorrow. And the young man who won was speaking to Andy Goldstein, and Goldstein was going, do you know who this is? And he was going, oh, you work with Benty, don't you? Don't you work with Benty? Is it Steve? Is your name Steve? That's one way to just not do wonders for Andy Goldstein's ego. But we're one day away from that rematch live on talkSPORT this weekend. Chris Eubank Jr. takes on Conor Benn tomorrow at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The first one was an instant classic, but not everyone's on board because of the differences in weights between the two fighters. Heavyweight Dave Allen told White and Jordan Eubank should be aiming higher.
Eubank now, like, if you, look, money makes the world go around, but go and win a middleweight title then. What are you boxing a welterweight again for? Go and box for the middleweight title. This is your last chance, because you pass your best anyway. So
yeah, but Dave, you said there a moment ago you got it wrong, because both delivered on the night.
It probably will be a good fight again. Yeah, I think
no reason to think they can't do it.
Yeah, of course it will. But if we're looking at it in the grand scheme of things, it's a middleweight past his best against a welterweight who we don't know how good this welterweight is. We still don't know, because you haven't really boxed anybody. And that, don't upset anybody, but. Yeah, that's my perspective of the fight.
Dave Allen's part of our team on commentary tomorrow night. You can watch along, by the way, in the talkSPORT YouTube channel. It's going to be an absolute cracker live on talkSPORT tomorrow night, the rematch between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Very much so. Looking forward to that. Good morning to Kate in sunny Bolton, or stormy Bolton even. I want all the home nations to qualify for the World Cup. It's far more exciting, Kate. I can already tell you're a good person. Morning to Darren. I'm sick of this lovely attitude towards other home nations. It's okay to be rivals. There's too many teams in the World Cup now anyway. Do you know what? I kind of want all the home nations to go as well. I think I'm getting soft and pathetic in my old age. I want you lot to get to the final though and then crumble. I'm only kidding. Don't start crying. Don't start your crying. Lighten up. It's just a wee joke. Darren, he's the one saying every this lovely attitude. He'd be the first one like, you're disrespectful to English people. Alan and Gabby, by the way, are doing their early morning Tai Chi routines in the corridor to get revved up for the show coming up at 6. So just time to play you this from Drive yesterday.
From 1 to 3, rank who's the better athlete today. You, Gabby and O'Hara.
Do you know what?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah?
Genuinely, my wife thought Gabby had on horse. She saw a picture of him yesterday. She thought he was 52.
No.
Do you know how old he is?
Younger than me. He's about 44, isn't he?
39.
39?
Yeah. He's had a hard life, hasn't he?
Well, we all have, but I didn't...
Go on, rank them in order.
It depends. I don't know about Gabby's fitness, to be honest.
Can you run?
A bit, yeah.
All right.
I'd put me at 2.
No horror.
I know Gabby's doing a lot of working out and paddling.
Oh, he's had a shocker there. 53, and his wife thinks Gabby, and 44, says or Danny Murphy. I think he just turned 39 like last week as well. Gabby's fuming. The boys are on the way next on talkSPORT Breakfast. Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbon Lahore. Somebody who's super fit, by the way. TV presenter Ben Shepherd, West Ham fan, is going to be on the show. I'm sure he can give the lads some tips on their fitness. He's front cover of Men's Health. How do I know that? I just saw the magazine. I had to pick it up. It's my husband. It's not for me. talkSPORT Breakfast on the way next. Have a good day. Bye-bye.